welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm Nux, and this episode is definitely more composed than the first one. I moved my camera so you could see everything, because I don't think anything's going to be happening in the top right corner. And I was able to turn off the voices. I figured out that pause is actually a right click, which is strange. And I was able to turn off the voices, so now you can hear me scream and laugh and not have to stumble over someone speaking Japanese. So, last episode, we had a murder, I guess, and assuming that I used a time machine at some point, I don't know. Anyway, I finally stop once we get out to the main street, Judori. My chest pounds, my breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed. Okay, wait, there's still voices. Okay, that should do it. Hey, what happened? You look really pale. Mary doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet. Someone died. Huh? I take several deep breaths. The color of that blood still stains my brain, but I've calmed down a bit. Makise Kurisu is dead, and I don't know who the killer is. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will arrive and this area will become a crime scene. For now, the crowds milling through Yakibara have no idea what happened. Everyone's going about their business as usual. They have never-ending search for electronics, moe, and porn. Just another day in Akihabara. Is it Akibara? I don't know. Take out my phone in my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. Not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know. My friend Daru. I'll tell him what happened just now, since he knows about Makise Kurisu. Are there supposed to be sounds? I feel like I turned off the sounds by accident, but I don't think I did. Sound effects volume, music volume. We're just going to leave those back. I turned them down a little bit because I was afraid, but I mean, anyway. Suppose might be disrespectful to the victim. But my adrenaline's pumping, and I can't make calm decisions after witnessing something like that firsthand. That's how humans are, after all. We're not as special as we like to believe. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty, slime-like flesh. Our souls fester like semen left to rot in the womb. Ugh. It's a gross image. That's how we humans are. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I begin to type on my phone. Daru. Subject, trouble. Someone stabbed Makise Kurisu. Looked bad. Hope she's okay. She's definitely dead. Don't know who. Looked bad. Hope she's okay. Yeah. I don't know if she was stabbed. That just seems like the most logical explanation given the amount of blood and the absence of a gunshot. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead, even though I'm pretty sure she was. Can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. Might make me feel guilty as well. The thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I'm the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? We were there. I just saw someone's death up close. Only a few minutes later, I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? While I am a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finish typing and place my thumb over the send button. And then I press down. Sending. Okay. Sending mail. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. What was that? Wait, look around. They're gone. Summer break. Noon. The busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians vanished into thin air. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. I saw them vanish with my own two eyes. Why do I feel like I turned off the music? Was there music before? I'm not it's just awkwardly quiet now. I stand petrified, speechless, and alone on my empty street. On the empty street, desperate to find someone, anyone. I look up, and there at the top of the Radicon, sticking out from the 8th floor event hall where we just were. Whoa. Is it crashed satellite? Okay. That's interesting. There's no end. There is a start. Its own power. It ruins through. There is no start in the star. Only a person who has wisdom can read the most foolish one. I can't keep up. Lives in the sea, doesn't know the world, and ruins if they don't have ultimatum. Steins Gate. Chapter 1. Time Travel Paranoia. Whoa. Hey. You. Can you see us? Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you on the other side of the monitor. That's us. That's me. That's you. Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I'm speaking. Suppose that from your perspective it appears that we are the ones inside the monitor. That's where you're wrong. For it is you who are inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you, too. True, reality is on the other side of the screen. True reality is on the other side of the screen. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But, no matter. I shall speak in simpler terms. Easy enough for even you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. Really? Oh, really? You shouldn't do bad things, Okarin. Quiet, I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, God. Head down to Chudori until you reach Shuhiro Station. So Huriocho Station. Then take a left onto Kuramabashi Dori in an alley, before the traffic light. You'll find a run-down Oyayama building. The lab is on the 2nd floor. On the 1st floor is a store of an ill repute called the Brawn Tube Workshop. You can't miss it. It deals exclusively in CRT monitors, of all things. Can you imagine? Even in the heart of Akibara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. But the proprietor of the Brawn Tube Workshop, Tenmyo Tennoji, is also the old owner of the building. That's how he can afford to maintain its ridiculously niche hobby shop, even as the land value continues to rise. He may seem a rough sort, but he is no match for my charisma. Now the entire second floor is mine to next to nothing. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists from all fields to apply. At present, our researchers are... Ocarine. You gotta say lab mems, not researchers. Our lab mems, laboratory members, are 3. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Lab, lab member number 1, the insane mad scientist, Hyun Kyoma. Ocarine is cuter, though. Next, we have our resident cosplayer and the only female member, lab member 002, Shina Mayuri. Call me Mayushi. I like making costumes more than wearing them. And last, we have our resident super hacker, lab member 003, Ashida Itaru. Stop calling me that. It's super hacker. Duh. Here, at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war in the Dark Dominion. That research has spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, that's all it spawned. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 108 inventions to create. Like in that tennis manga, right? I get it. No, it's the number of earthly desires and mortals, you @channel junkie. What? And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Yeah, I wouldn't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. I'm not talking to myself. Can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor. Ah, he just grinned. What are you grinning about, damn you? You don't exist outside that monitor. Just say, don't look at me. No, just say, don't look at me. I don't think it's gonna work. It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. Sad to see someone so deeply in denial of reality. Maybe they think we're in the game. I doubt it's even occurred to them. But aren't you 2D girlfriends the same way? Aren't your 2D girlfriends the same way? That's different. Those girls are my wives. Damn. Half the fucking population just related to that, man. Nobody cares about your harem. But Mayurshi touched upon a very interesting theme, you know? What if we're just the characters in a game? Anyway, how can we know for sure? Any way we can know for sure? No. Come on. Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of ways to destroy the system. Nice Chupi in you, bro. I feel like I'm not a weeb enough to understand. I haven't seen Chunbyo. I wanted to. Still haven't got around to it. Ooh. I love the music in this game. Step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I find the ugly part of it, the ugly cute, to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. Okay. I turned to Dara with a menacing glare. Shut it, Haka. I'm no Chubi-no patient. I swept my hair back and flashed a devilish grin. I am Hyun Kyoma. That's your character's name, right? Sorry, I gotta turn this down. It's so loud. I love it. I love the music. And I have... It's turned up on my... or turned down on my recording, but... man, is it loud for me. Okay. Oh, Daru, your communication skills are beyond repair. I'll have you know that I have a ton of offline meets. I'm always the life of the party. This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother in arms and right-hand man, Ashida Itaru, nickname Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer playing games and watching anime. He doesn't look fat, he looks like tough. I think it's just his neck, but he looks really strong. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's my way. He's a reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his intense instance that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. Ow, the needle had bit my finger. What? Oh, that was her. Ow, the needle bit my finger. Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Sheena Mayuri, 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. Is this where the game should have started? What was that? She's also an otaku. Nowhere near Daru's level, though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women. Okay. And today she's working on costumes at her usually leisurely pace. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. Truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. That's right. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring. She said to me, Mayushi is Okarin's hostage. I belong here. Alright. Well, that certainly was cryptic. Well, but her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me in my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I'll never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. It's cute. So, did Alpaca Man say anything? Oh, nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive, you'd think that the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game. Damn antisocial alpaca. I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do... TV makes a sound like it's shortened. And the screen goes blank. Change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. Scrummy TV is on the lease from Braun Tube Workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. You made Mr. Alpaca angry. Damn. I'll have to get it repaired later. Like these little chicken taco thing. It's cute. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. Stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. Okay. Close my eyes. And what naturally comes to mind is that the impossible scene I saw an hour ago. Okay, so this was... I was thinking this was before. This is after. They're gone. And I left Radicon. Everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. All happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stories, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of the life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I only felt a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until... What's wrong? Oh, what's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Sorry, it's hard to tell. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right? Huh? You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Panic took hold. The enormity of what just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her. Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Huh? Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see anything. You didn't? Ugh. I stopped shaking her and looked her straight in her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clearer than glass marbles. You saw nothing? Nothing at all? There were people here a second ago, weren't there? There were? Even the store employees are gone. That's impossible by any measure. Of course they are. Her reply didn't make any sense. It was like this when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's just because the heat. Doo-doo. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of the Radikan, where I had just been a moment before. Yeah, there's a satellite. That's what the crash was, I guess. But wouldn't we have died? That was... Because that was right above us, because we were on the top floor. But we saw that satellite just, like, sitting. And it had, like tripod legs. There it was, an enormous machine, just like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building where, not only 5 minutes before, I'd found Makise Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway. Sorry, I have really loud hiccups. Cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me. The only question at the forefront of my mind was... what the hell is that satellite doing there? Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it was someone had placed a satellite-like machine, shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. That's not what I was seeing now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. I'm gonna make a prediction very early on here, okay, and say that maybe, okay, we were definitely in the building, okay, because we had talked to Kurisu from the future. Now I'm gonna guess that from the future we were able to somehow stop this satellite from crashing into the building, okay, because we were in the building and we didn't want to die, okay, so somewhere maybe end game, okay, we have gone back in time, we have stopped the satellite from crashing into the building, killing both me and Kurisu, and then we killed Kurisu so we could start ourselves on this journey. Because without seeing Kurisu's dead body, we never would have ran out and done all that. That's my guess. The odds that we also did something with the metal toy, I have no idea. Maybe we took it. Maybe. Those are my predictions. I could be wrong, but that seems very likely at this moment. Satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit while burning up in the atmosphere, somehow. I knew it was crazy, but the other explanation could there be. Okay, I also just want to say that I do this very often. This is one of the first series on my channel, so whatever. And this is like the big first like twisty thing I've done. I've only other played Katawa Shoujo, and that's not really very prediction based. But I personally love doing predictions based off, you know, mystery things and like that. And I'm right a lot of the time. And I feel bad if it's like spoiling it by saying it as like a not influence content creator in this situation, if it's just two people playing. But like, I think it's hype to guess early and then get it right. You know what I mean? I want to guess early and get it right, but I also want to make it public to, you know, be like, oh, let's go, I got it, instead of something happening and being like, I thought that, but I didn't say it. So I want to do things like that, but I also feel bad if it's correct, because maybe the viewer themselves didn't come to that conclusion and it, like, spoiled it somehow. I don't know. You let me know in the comments what you think is acceptable. Anyway. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen? And then also, what I meant by all that is that now when we use the phone, we had actually gone through time. We had also probably sent us the video. I'm just gonna do everything now. We've probably sent us that video from some weird number and then answered it, and then that was like the time machine link, and then we went to call her. Okay, so that's why we had to steal the toy so we could call her, and then you know, send us on the journey, on the path to saving the world or something. And now that we've gone back in time, but we've gone into a reality where the satellite did crash and killed people. Maybe the world disappeared. I don't know. Mary, about that satellite. Yep, what a surprise, huh? What do you mean, what a surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound. Huge kaplow. It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was a kaplow. It would be more like a zzz, because it landed in our reality. So we're in a different reality. Did that satellite fall out of the sky? Did it? Do you think aliens were on board? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? Hey, you too! Just then, uniformed police got our eyes. Uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern. What do you think you're doing here? This area is off limits. You have to leave. We're sorry. First, my good man, let me call you Officer A. I have a question. Officer A. Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you? What are you talking about? Get out of here. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Makise Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance before I could... Look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, no one got stabbed at Radicon. That was weirdly specific. How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. Interesting. We were escorted to the UPX and released. There were people at UPX, like usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chudori had been blockaded by the police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radicon. All the major stations in Tokyo, even ToTV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone's hurt, but Chudori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody's mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba's streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see. So that's it. From the sofa, I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under control. My God. They underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day, they'll expose their deeds, put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice cold drinks are essential. Elixir intellectualis. A drink fit for a genius. Cola's better. Okarin really loves his Dr. P. I pity the man who knows not the greatest beverage. Sorry, I'm all around with these voices. Oh, God. Music's just so good. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the Furniture Gadget Laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap, and I would much rather have an airlock than curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him to follow me to the development room. Oh shit. All the windows here are weather stripped and with packing tape so it's dim. And hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy the air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room for practical reasons, as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. Can't be bothered to anything that doesn't interest him. It's like men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on the shelf. Has it ever been worn? And probably never will be. Daru, is the plan progressing smoothly?